The ultimate leg movement. So check this out. If you guys could only pick one leg movement the rest of your life to build your legs, promote longevity, flexibility, and minimize potential injury, what would it be? So even after years and years of training, of playing with equipment and different variations of things, I still believe the ultimate leg movement is some form of a lunge. So I want to show you what I think is the ultimate way to do lunges for hypertrophy, for longevity, for flexibility, to bulletproof your knees, your hips, your lower back and spine. So everyone's got their different variation of lunges. Let me show you what I think is the best way to do lunges ever. So no sexy equipment needed. I'm going to show you the way I've been evolved to do it. I used to do it with dumbbells or even barbells. You can still do it that way. You may even start doing this with just body weight because it's super effective. Check this out. We're going to superset a sissy squat lunge to a glute focused lunge, back and forth. This is honestly the best way to do it, I think, with some technique tips. Your legs, your lower back, your hips, your knees will love you for this, and you won't get freaking injured, like sometimes happens under a barbell or even sometimes in a machine. All right, so check it out. This is the superset. I've actually never seen anybody recommend squats this way. I'm sure it may be out there, but you're doing like a one-legged sissy squat. The weight is back. It's the back leg here that's getting most of the stimulus. You're trying to come up all the way on your toes. You can see I'm coming up all the way on the toes and the back. I'm trying to keep my weight back. I'm taking very small steps. So you can see I'm using a weighted vest here. See, I'm deliberately kind of trying to stay upright, keeping all the way on the back. I'm telling you, you're going to get more knee flexion in this movement than you get with any other movement safely. So often, I mean, I used to do this without weight for a while. You can do this without weight, but I do it under a technique where I'm just kind of doing it at the end of my workout and not resting at the top, not locking out at the top, and doing as many as I can back and forth. And then you're going to see I'm going to superset it with the next one. But this thing will absolutely kill your quads, and it'll absolutely safe-proof your knees better than any other movement I know. Like, people get a ton of knee pain because they're not able to get in maximum knee flexion without pain. So all the stress goes through the joint rather than the muscle. It's teaching your quad muscles, the muscles around your knee, to eccentrically load, to take the stress off the actual joint. So that's the cool thing with this. It's just a very simple way you can do with very little equipment to safe-proof your knees. So again, this is, you can see you're trying to get max knee flexion, keeping the weight back, taking very small steps, not resting at the top. So then we're going to superset to the glute or adductor focused lunge. This is a more common lunge. You kind of step slightly out. Again, you're not stepping as far as you can. It's the front leg that's taking the brunt of it. You're trying to keep all that weight on that front leg. You're not trying to lock out at the top. You're trying to drive through that front glute. This you can do typically way more weight with this movement than you can with the quad focus movement. But I love supersetting it, doing the quad first. And then once I'm kind of pre-fatigued, I hit the glutes. But you can see I'm trying to get maximum flexion of that front hip. So most of the stress is going through that front hip. I'm slightly turning out because I'm getting a little gluteus medius and a little bit of adductor stimulus. But such a simple, cool way to just nail your legs without overloading your spine, without causing any potential issue that predisposes you to injury. But your glutes will be on fire. And you can do this as a main movement. I like using this weighted vest. You can do dumbbells. I've done dumbbells for a while. You can also do barbells. Or you can just try to do as many as you can without. But without resting at the top, you're not going to be able to do as many as you can as you think. You're just focusing on those end ranges of motion, particularly max hip flexion and max knee flexion with both of these movements. Just a crazy simple technique you can do to blow your legs up and to safe-proof your knees, hips, joints, and to lift for a long time. You just don't need a ton of stress on a barbell causing spinal compression. So I actually recommend doing these without shoes on too. I'm fortunate to have my own gym. I can do whatever I want. I often train legs barefoot, but I'm just here in socks. So you're getting a ton of intrinsic musculature of your foot. You're teaching the intrinsic muscles of your foot to actually work and fire and not get lazy when they're in shoes. Absolutely brutal technique. It's all in the technique, honestly. Trying to milk that movement. It literally will bulletproof your hips and your knees, and secondarily, you'll get a crazy pump. It's an amazing way for hypertrophy. Just to work your legs with minimal to no spinal loading.